Hello guys, my name is TimGot and we are here today with an A-43 review. This tank is a Russian tier 6 medium tank, and this tank feels pretty much like the usual Cromwell. I really enjoy this tank. I only had I think like 6 battles in this tank, and that's pretty much it. And I am really loving this tank. I really actually 8 battles. I like how it can be so aggressive against some people. You can go aggressive against somebody and completely own them because you have DPM. You don't really have high alpha damage on this tank, but the tier 7 that I'm trying to reach at the moment, I'm trying to reach the tier 7. I really want this tank for one reason. Because it has high alpha damage. That's the first thing. Accuracy sucks, aiming time sucks, so you can see yourself. But it has good frontal armor. It's a good brawler, as you can see. It needs to be in the first line. The turret sucks on this tank. I'm gonna say that it's not that great. But at lower tiers, people not really aim for your weak spots. They pretty much shoot at your hull, and you can bounce a lot of shots having that so much armor in the front. And I really want this tank. I played this tank on the test server and I really liked it. Same for this Object 461. I played this tank on the test server and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I just love this tank. But yeah, let's go over to the stats of the A-43. So this tank has 730 hit points. For a tier 6 medium tank, that is pretty common, as you can see for yourself. It's pretty normal having that HP. It weighs 27 tons, so it means you're not capable of ramming somebody. You can maybe ram some lighter tanks like a T-50 or something like that, but don't ram K1Ss, never do something like that. Your weight is not that great. You do have a good engine inside of this tank, 600 horsepower engine, and acceleration on this tank is really good. It goes from 1 to 30 in like 3-4 seconds. I really like the acceleration on this tank. I don't think it's like I think it's like around 5 seconds to get to 30, but I do love the acceleration on this tank. It really is good. The traverse speed is pretty damn crazy. It's 44, so the mobility plus the speed, it's just epic on this tank. Like, that's why I pretty much love this tank. You can be aggressive, but you don't have the armor for it, but you do have the mobility and the speed, so you can outrun your opponent by being fast and have a lot of mobility. You can accelerate and like circle him. That's what you can do with this tank, and it works out super good. You can actually shoot on the move in this tank, because the gun is pretty good. The rate of fire is crazy. My reload time is 2 seconds every shot. The penetration is pretty good for a tier 6 tank. It's not that great, but it's pretty good. Damage is pretty low, but it's pretty good. The accuracy is pretty great. You can actually snipe with this tank. And the aiming time is 1.9. You can use this tank as a sniper in some occasions, but I do like using this tank as aggressive. I go with this tank aggressive against, if I see one tank by himself, I just go for him. I do a full attack on him and he pretty much dies from that. So yes, as I did say to you guys, it has no armor. 60mm in the front, 45 in the side, and 40 in the rear. So yeah, it has no hull armor, pretty much nothing. The turret armor, same kind of story. 75 in the front, side, and rear. The tank is pretty much a massive weak spot. It's a real massive weak spot. But it does have the good speed, good mobility, good acceleration. So because you have no armor, it uses other strong points, like having speed and mobility, and you can just outplay your enemies by using your speed and stuff like that. You don't need to use your armor always. You can just go and circle him so he's not able to shoot you. That's what I do with this thing. I try to circle my opponents and they're not able to shoot me. The fuel range is not that... It's pretty normal. It's a Russian tank, so it's pretty normal having that fuel range on a tier 6 tank, as you can see. And the single range is not that great looking at the other tanks, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, the gun itself, Like I told you guys, it's a pretty good gun. It's a ZIS-4 gun, the same gun that you have on the M25, if I'm correct. Let me check that. M2025. Yeah, ZIS-4, and the same gun on the T-34. Yeah, same gun, ZIS-4. I thought it was gonna be sucky having this gun on the A-43, but I didn't really have problems playing with this gun against higher tiers. I had a couple of tier 8 games, and if we just shoot them in the sights, you can bend them. Sometimes, okay, you need to use gold, but yeah, the bend is not that great, but with gold shells, it's pretty good. So sometimes you will have occasions where you do need to spam some gold on a tier 8 heavy tank, but yeah, in most occasions you will never face a heavy tank in front of you. If you play your meter tanks correctly, you will go around them, you will flank them, you will do everything to keep that gun away from you, because you don't want that BL9 or the Tiger 2 gun in your face. You don't want that at all. So yeah, I pretty much play this tank aggressive, but I don't use my armor, I use my mobility and speed. So the equipment that you can use on this tank is what I use is gun rammer, of course, because it's a medium tank. Second thing I have is the improved ventilation class, and the third thing I'm gonna buy pretty soon actually is gonna be the engaged gun lane drive, because I don't really like the aiming time. It's 1.9, it's pretty good actually, but remember, my real time is 2 seconds, so yeah, in some occasions the aiming time does not really work that great, and my crew is not even fully 100% or 110%. I'm not sure how it's working right now. Let me actually check. Yeah, it's 86% right now, as you can see. 86 plus 5 plus 9. So it's not even 100%. So if it's gonna be full 100%, it will have problems at aiming. So I will be probably buying that, so I have better aiming time, because just to make sure I hit my opponents. I think you need something else on this tank. I don't think so. Like I think engaged gun lane drive is probably the best thing you can use on this tank. I don't think you need a medium small liner because you have no armor, so don't expect to get less damage from HE shots. But you can also get the gains torso and bars 3-tone class, so your suspension durability is better. So if you jump a lot and jump from stuff, your tracks don't die that fast. You can always get that, but I think engaged gun lane drive is probably the best option here. So I think that's pretty much it then, guys. I have a replay ready, a real good replay. I hope you guys will like it. So yeah, let's go over to that. So here is the replay, guys. As you can see, I am playing with Edge, and we're playing on the Serene Coast, and it's a center battle. I don't like encounters, I don't like assaults. I'm not a big fan of that. Not sure why, but I'm not a big fan of that. And as you can see, I'm in a pretty aggressive spot on the map. I like being really aggressive on this spot. And as I was looking at the map, I was like, okay, they have a lot of tanks here. There's no point of me just standing there and relaxing. I was thinking like, okay, I can go here around, trying to flank those guys, trying to kill them, help my team pushing up this side so they can push this side and pretty much win from there. So that's what I'm doing pretty much here. So yeah, I see the flag bus camping in the back, and as you can see, you can shoot on the move of this tank pretty good. Every shot has been a hit so far. Every shot. So yeah, you can shoot on the move of this tank pretty easily. You can see how good your mobility is, how good your speed is on this tank. It feels pretty much like Cromwell, pretty much. It has pretty much the same playstyle like Cromwell, except you have no gun impression, and that is pretty much it. So I see a T-25 aiming for the heavy tanks there, so I'm like, okay, let me try to help my heavy tanks. I go for a T-25, but I hit the side of his turret. Then I hit the side of his tank like a complete retard. And then I kill secured that T-25. I go for the Cheeto. Not even looking at me. Put some 2 shots into him. He goes down. He shoots my track. Doesn't bam me. And I bounce on his frontal once. and I finish him off from here. So already having 3 kills and 800 damage. As you can see, I pick off my targets. I go 1 versus 1 games. Like, I want to go head to head against somebody, and because I have a DPM, I'm not really scared. I have my mobility. I can just go around him. I can circle him. So I'm not really scared of going against heavy tanks and stuff like that. So I hit the A-Mix. I bounce him for some reason. Not sure how I did that. And yeah, poor A-Mix. Try to kill me. He didn't see me in time, and he died from that. So 4 kills, 1k damage. I'm doing pretty good. So right now I'm like, okay, the M8 wants to push me. I'm like, okay, let me get this guy. And here I made my mistake, actually. I pushed up over something, not knowing what is behind him. I personally thought this guy's in there. They pushed up here somewhere, maybe that side. And I thought that this M8E1 was alone. But I made a mistake here, pretty much. And yeah, pretty much everybody's still here. I killed the M81. I get a bounce from the Yak-Panzer. I put a shot into him. The K1S is firing HE shots on me. I'm trying to finish off this Yak-Panzer because he can pen me pretty easily. So I go back to the K1S. As you can see, I am playing aggressive against heavy tanks. Really aggressive. I see the Hellcat completely pushing up for me, but he fails. I fail my shot there. Failed again. I ignore him. Go back to my K1S because he has the HE shots. I put him on fire, really lucky, but he puts it out in time. But I finish him off in time right there. So then I see the Mortar 38T. He hits me, and at this moment I was like, oh, panic, 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 don't kill me. I have 7 kills, leave me alone. I want to survive this one. So yeah, I'm like waiting for the moment where he goes back or attacks me so I can actually push on him. So I'm just waiting, just relaxing. I'm not trying to show off my weak spots. Then he completely missed me, and from here I was like, okay, he pushed back completely, so now I can actually push up on him and not be scared of him. So as you guys saw that the game itself, it was really fast, It was done in 5 minutes, and it was pretty much because of me, because I helped this side first, and we did lose this side. But we held off for as long as possible, and that was more than enough time. So they held it long enough, so I was capable of pushing up and doing some damage. So it worked out pretty damn great. So as you can see, I have 7 kills, also 2,105 damage. And I'm like, I need to get my Radley Walters here. Give me my Radley Walters. I deserve that here. So I'm trying to kill this Mortar 38C. And I secured the Radley Walters Top Gun, and I was really happy about that. So then I see a T-150. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He's done this game. Put a 1 shot into him. Second shot bounces. I track him, and yeah, he dies from that. I'm like, okay, YOLO time. And I survived from that. So let's go to the after battle reports. So here are the after battle reports, and as you can see, this game was pretty awesome. I got my East Anchor, Radley Walters, Steel Wall. Surprisingly, I got even Steel Wall with this tank. That's how unlucky I was that game. And also Top Gun. So let's go to the team score and see how we did there. So I fired 48 shots. I hit 38 times. I penned 33 times. So I missed 10 times. But remember, I was pretty much the whole game on the move. I was not relaxing, sniping. I was moving the whole game. I bounced 5 shots. Just unlucky bounces. Some shots, yeah, just unlucky bounces. But with the 33 penetrations, I actually did 2,371 damage. So I was really happy about that. I received 11 hits. And only from those 11 hits, 5 penned. So I was really lucky that the other 6 actually bounced on me or tracked me. My potential damage was almost 3,000, and that is really surprising for this kind of tank. It's like this tank pretty much feels like a scout tank, like something like a Cromwell. You know, you don't expect a steel wall from this tank, but I got so lucky that people bounced me so many times. So I was pretty happy about that. And I also detected 4 enemies. I damaged 2 enemies and destroyed 8 out of them. So yeah, that was pretty damn crazy. And I actually spotted some. I actually tracked a couple of guys, and I got also, how do you call it again? Damage upon detecting. I also got that. So I was really happy about this game. As you can see, yeah, the Churchill 100 damage, M3D 100 damage, K1S it's almost 300, and the Type 4 24. So yeah, overall this game was pretty awesome. I was happy about my ace tanker. After 8 games having an ace tanker, why the hell not? So yeah, I was really happy about that. And yeah, I think I did a pretty good job showing off the A-43. I personally like playing it aggressive, really aggressive, and going one-on-one against other people. Like if I see a tank alone in the fields, I really want to go for him and just completely destroy him. And that's what I do. And it works out really, really good. But yeah, that was the E43 review. I hope you guys liked the review. And if you did like the review, you can always subscribe, like, and leave a comment. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.